So I just completed the Ontological Coaching Foundation class with Coacharya, taught by Draven and Tracy. And I am just so better prepared, blown away by how powerful that coaching session was. So a little bit about me, so you can understand the context for why this coaching foundation with Draven and Tracy landed so well. I have been a facilitator, professor, teacher, trainer for a really long time. I'm used to doing informal coaching with students and colleagues, but as I move into more professional coaching in the coaching world, I needed a better sense of what was expected and meant by coaching, how to meet the different coaching competencies. I had started doing some coaching based on some other coaching programs I had been in, and I was beginning to realize there were things that I didn't know about the coaching world or about the competencies, and I really needed a foundation program that was going to give me that information. I looked long and hard at a bunch of different coaching programs. I couldn't travel, both because of COVID and because of finances, so it needed to be online. But I wanted diverse sets of participants from different cultures, different races, different communities, because of the different voices that brought in. I wanted, I wasn't interested in transactional coaching, and so I didn't want solutions or quick fixes or formulas. I wanted a program that was going to prepare me, but also help me go deeper. And Coacharya was fantastic from beginning to end. And specifically, Draven and Tracy's class, I watched the little promo video so I could get a better sense of what to expect, and also to learn a little bit about Draven and Tracy, because of course, who your teachers are makes a difference. And they really delivered in the whole coaching program. It doesn't even feel like it was as long as it was, because it just was something I really looked forward to every week. Even though I was super duper busy and that was a big time commitment, it was really rich every week that we came together. I said that I am really not interested in quick fixes and easy formulas. And so when I look at some other coaching programs and they're like, take your clients through this, this, and this, and boom, everything will be solved. I'm super not interested in that. I'm interested in a much more transformational and deeper reflective kind of approach. And that's how I learn, which is why the ontological approach really, really helped me. So instead of giving us easy definitions and easy answers, Draven would challenge us to really think deeply about, what presence meant, or how we actively listen. And he would not take our answers at face value. He would keep probing deeper and deeper, because it's really that deep exploration that allows for not only deeper understanding, but also deeper transformation. And that is how I learn. And it also helped me, it helped to model the kind of coaching that we will do with our clients, and helped really get us comfortable in that process of exploration and not knowing, but still moving towards a deep inquiry with deep compassion. And Draven really led us through that, while Tracy also really brought in a great deal of deep mindfulness, somatic approaches. They work in slightly different environments, it sounds like to me. And so being able to bring those different work experiences as well to the questions that the participants brought in were really, really helpful. Draven and Tracy are both incredibly approachable, open to all kinds of feedback and questions and comments. They were very accessible. They both really offered their own vast expertise in the professional world, in their own training programs, in their own missteps and learning processes. So they were willing to share their vulnerabilities in ways that really helped me grow, and also offer insights about, third-party contracts and what's expected in certain ways. Bringing in a somatic and mindfulness piece was also really important to me, because that's how I ground myself. It's how I make sense of the world, and they integrated all of that. Drayvon and Tracy complement each other really, really well in the teaching program, and they really create a powerful learning environment for all the students. In fact, our cohort was just the right size, not too big, not too small. It allowed for a great deal of intimacy, a great deal of community building, and that also made the class really transformative. When I went into the foundation program, I knew I had some experiences. I knew I had some skill sets. I had done some coaching, but I also felt like I wasn't really clear on what the coaching field and then people who are hiring coaches, what they really expected in their coach. And I really, really feel so much more confident in all of that after this foundational program. Drayvon and Tracy took us through all the really important foundational tools and building the skill sets that are required. And they did it through an ontological approach so that we really came to the awareness ourselves instead of just being handed the information. And that learning process worked really, really well for me. So well, I'm deeply considering the advanced program with them, because I really love their teaching style. I love the community building that they facilitate. I love the way that they prepped me and really prepared me to go out and be the coach I want to be, by helping me develop my own skills and thereby modeling how I can bring this into my own coaching. If you're looking for a really experiential coaching program where you get to embody the skills that are needed to be a talented coach, where you get to inquire on your own personal journey and then also collectively about how to be the kind of coach that really facilitates client growth and learning. If you want deep support in the class and outside of the class from the trainers, then this is the program for you. Drayvon and Tracy are so skilled, so warm, so accessible, so knowledgeable, and they really hold space and create the environment for the participants to learn deeply about themselves, about ourselves, cultivate deep self-awareness and even deep self-transformation, and develop the skill sets that are really going to help us be the kinds of coaches we want to be. They're there for us all along the way, and they really model how to bring this ontological approach to coaching in a way that best supports clients. I feel so supported and well prepared to go out and do the kind of coaching I want to do because of this foundation program. I'm super happy with it. And the whole Coacharya team has been really incredible all along the way. So I highly recommend it. The course also included a lot of other supports, so regular reflections on whatever we had read or learned during the week, peer-to-peer coaching, which was really, really helpful and allowed me to work with a bunch of different styles on both sides as the client and the coach, and also really deepen my connections with the people in my cohort. It also moved me much closer to the 100 hours for my credentialing, which was really, really helpful. And then as questions came up in those sessions, Drayvon and Tracy were really willing to hold space and offer insights into how we could navigate that and bring in the insights of the other cohort members as well. The ongoing discussions on the Slack channel were really helpful. Drayvon and Tracy really offered feedback both on the reflections and really rich mentoring feedback on the 30-hour and the 60-hour coaching sessions that we submit, so that we could really get the kind of full dimensional learning and growth in our coaching experience and skills. One of the things that all coaching programs should do, but this one did particularly well, is to deepen our own self-awareness. They made sure to highlight that we can't be good coaches if we're not also doing the journey of self-exploration and self-transformation ourselves. And Drayvon and Tracy brought the mindfulness and the ontological exploration piece into that self-awareness developing, and then helped us do that in a way that not only deepened our own transformation, but then helped us apply that to our coaching practice, and coaching skill sets. Throughout all along, they were regularly helping us note, that's this competency, that's this competency, so that we were really kind of making the connections to what ICF and EMCC requires, but really emphasizing the learning journey itself, which is what works for me so well. To speak to that credentialing process, Tracy and Drayvon really told us about their own credentialing journey. They explained really clearly what the credentialing process is and what we will need to do, which, by the way, isn't that much once we finish the foundation program, because they've really thoughtfully built it all into the foundation program, so that by the time we complete all the requirements for that foundation program, we have just a tiny bit left to do to actually apply to the credential for the credentials. So that level of thoughtfulness is really modeled throughout the whole class, which is why the foundation program was so powerful for me. As I said, it felt like a big time commitment because of the other things that were on my plate. And yet I looked forward to coming every week. I really looked forward to gathering with the community, to the deeper learning process, to how well that prepared me for the kind of coaching I want to do. I've been in other coaching programs and been left wanting. I felt they were too superficial, too transactional for what I was looking for. Didn't develop the community, didn't do the self-awareness well enough, went too much for the easy fixes. And this program really offered the deeper learning process that I was looking for, while still preparing me for the expectations in the field and the credentialing requirements. I highly recommend this program. Drayvon and Tracy are excellent and skilled coaches and trainers. They're also just great people to work with. And if you have any questions, they're really quick to get back to you so that you make sure that this program is a fit for you. Like I said, I looked long and hard and really had high standards for what kind of program I was looking for. And this one never disappointed me. So I highly recommend it.